You are a spirit with a body and not a body with a spirit. When you can recognize that you are a spirit first, then you can say, okay, this shell, this thing that I'm walking around in, will pass, but I will not. And then you can relate to your loved ones. You can say, just because my favorite aunt passed away doesn't mean that she left me. It just means that her body stopped. But her spirit is still there, very much alive with you. Now, it doesn't always happen in the time frame that we want it. Sometimes when people pass, they are immediately with us to help us through the worst part of the morning, and then they transition away, and then sometimes they come back. And from what I've learned with spirits is many of them, as they were in life, so they are in spirit. So if they were not close to the higher source when they passed, they have a big learning curve to go through. They have an adjustment to make because they're not even accepting of themselves as a spirit. Many times people will think that they are still alive, that life is still functioning as they think it was when they passed. They don't know that they've passed. So they're still functioning every day, getting up, going to work, doing their thing. It's like they're on a different plane than we are now. And yet, they have not worked with the higher source, worked with God to learn that they are spirit only. And so when the spirit comes around to an awareness, many times we are graced with them coming to be with us, to help us through the most difficult part. Who better to connect with you in your everyday life, the everyday struggles that you do, than someone that you're genetically connected with? They are a part of you, and you are a part of them. And you can be reached better through them than other people on the planet, than friends and family. And when you settle yourself, like with music, and you settle yourself spiritually, that is when you can feel the vibration of your loved ones. You can start sensing. Sometimes it's a smell. Sometimes it's like, oh, wow, I just smelt my dad's pipe. And it's definite. It's there. It's like no shadow of a doubt. You know, you're in a clean room like this, and all of a sudden it fills with this magnificent aroma, or someone's perfume, or something that someone would cook or bake. They can reach us. They can turn on our lights and say, hey, I'm here. Remember me. Because sometimes we don't hear, sometimes we don't see, sometimes we don't feel, but we can smell. And often people will sense a smell far earlier than they will any other recognition of a spirit being there. And it's a magnificent experience because once you sense something of that spirit and you start to focus, it allows you to be aware of your own spirit. It allows you to start opening the doors to allowing another spirit into you, to help you, not to occupy you, but to say, hey, you know, had you ever thought about looking at life this way? How about if we take this path in life rather than the path that you think is correct?